I did not know just how performative men could actually get.
So I found myself on an interesting side of TikTok. Some might say I've kind of been clocked into this trend where we have people, and yeah, it's like seems to be mostly men, are getting kind of roasted for being performative. You know, reading at coffee shops, being tryhards at following trends and whatnot. And it's men and women hopping on this critique trend, and often the women that are critiquing these performative men, I feel like are probably the same ones that try to like claim to be, you know, into feminist theory. So, Marie Rudy, a PhD philosopher and psychoanalyst, rest in peace to her, discussed how women are kind of like expected to self-style, to play with trends, to experiment, and that flexibility is part of their social intelligence. It's how they navigate becoming visible subjects within a patriarchy dominated by men. But for men, it's the opposite. Men are taught that they should just be. Their identity is supposed to be solid, stable, not something you mess with, blah, blah, blah. So when a guy starts experimenting, when he tries out a new trend or look, especially something maybe seen as more soft, emotional, or fashion forward, he's suddenly seen as kind of insecure or fake. So people say he's trying too hard or being performative. But what's really happening here is that these performative men are in fact performing, but they are trying to step outside of what people expect a man to be. That's why the critiques are often very similar. So patriarchally defined masculinity is often built on the idea that a man's identity should be stable, like in the background in a way, something more internal that doesn't need to be styled or expressed. So the reason men get mocked more for following trends, be it clothing or reading a book at a coffee shop, or even crazier yet, reading a particular book at a coffee shop that society has decided only women should be reading, those men are seen as disruptive and seen as like should be punished for wanting to be seen at all. So a woman doing a trend, that's normal. A man doing it, I guess that threatens the whole idea of what men are supposed to be or something. And that's why it's never about the actual trend with these. It's about the fact that a man wants to perform. And it's seen as trying to be hard, like trying too hard to be less manly.